This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen, back on live streaming. Michael, my cat, should have an Instagram. I once tried to do a cat Instagram, didn't work so well. Philly, 5-0, what's going on, my man? Glad to see you live. Radwin, my man, it's been a long time and it feels very good. So tonight we're going to sit back, kick back, relax, drink some water, because that's what I haven't done in a while. And Ito as well, what's going on, buddy? And what, Chocolate's in here, Cole's back here. Holy crap, guys, we are going to rock tonight. Oh, see, I'm already choking on my water. I'm so excited. That's not a good thing. And you streaming games next season, you betcha. Von Hook, what's going on? Philly 5-0 with the first news item of the day. Yes, sir. Ebb signed 5 by 5.5. That's good. And Warm Tree Bread likes the shirt. Well, go Rockies. There's a little bit of a story there. As you guys know, when it comes to me and my shirts, I have a lot of shirts that actually have come from Arizona. That's the weird part. My mom makes a trip down about once a year down to Arizona to visit one of her friends at a condo. And they go to Coyotes games, they go to baseball games, they go to whatever's available at a given time. And this was a few years ago. This is, this is from a few years ago. The Coyote stuff is more recent, as you know. And that's the way she be. So, guys, that is the good news so far. 14 is the early number I have in here. Guys, the first news items I have to get to that I want you to be aware of is I have cards on this video. If you don't know what a card is on YouTube, JS is in here with his bread, man. The guy brings it every day. And so those cards, I just want you to go check out the merch store. I'm trying to perfect stickers and stuff like that, as well as, if you haven't checked out the take I had on the Nikita Zaitsev rumors and stuff, go check that out after tonight's live stream, because you don't want to miss out on that. There's a little bit of an idea I proposed there that maybe makes sense, maybe doesn't, if you get where I'm going. So, alright, let's get to it, guys. This one's for you. Basically, it's free, ask away, and let's try and have a good, thorough discussion on everything tonight and see how things go. I'm excited to see if we can get a consensus on who we need to draft on Friday, because that would be good, right? Essentially, as I wait for you guys' comments to come in, tonight is about just getting warmed up with live streaming and getting back into the whole role, and then hopefully Friday next week we absolutely come in and clutch it up. Joseph, what is going on, my man? Thank you so much. That's our first dono back. I didn't expect that, but here we go. Am I streaming the draft? Yes. So, Joseph, definitely don't miss the draft. You'll get some good love there. Radwin, yes, I'll be streaming the draft. And Cole, thank you for the offer. We'll keep you in mind. So, yes. Okay, so the dollar's on the board, and here we go. Trade for Tom Wilson. This is what Joseph's saying. Well, Tom Wilson, let's go. I'll quickly shut you down, Joseph, I think is what's going to happen here. Cap friendly, number one. Washington ain't likely to give him up. He's a key piece, that's for sure. I can't even find Washington on cap friendly. Basically what I'm doing, going to cap friendly, is just refreshing myself on where Tom Wilson is at 25 years old, $5.166 million in salary cap hit per year. And guys, this guy's absolutely killing it. I mean, 19 points 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 35 points, and then comes back, plays an abbreviated season, 40 points in 63 games. And what's going on, Oils Freak? Do I hear a donation competition? Let's not get to that today. And who will the Oilers get for Puljujärvi? You know what? I think the Oilers are going to hold on to Puljujärvi right now. And Joseph, what do we have to offer for Tom Wilson, eh? The captain. Yeah, so I think based on what I read from not Tom Holland, oh geez. Spider-Man Far From Home on the brain, boys. No, basically hold Puljujärvi. That's exactly what I think Ken Holland's about to do here, is hold on to Puljujärvi and at least get him a chance to succeed under new management, under a new, I guess you'd say, under a new coach, everything as well. And that may just be the key here. But the question really is, how long can you let him run with that leash? That's the problem. If you let him run too long, again, you run into the same issue where you had this year, and I don't think you achieve anything by that, right? That's the problem. So Tom for Lucic. I wish, yeah, Radwin, we could all wish, couldn't we? And a dinner. Lucic for a bucket of pucks and a dinner. Just take Ken Holland out for dinner and give us a bag of pucks and we'll get it going. An NHL 20 cover, maybe Leon Draisaitl, oh, mystery sniper talking the NHL video game. Well, you know what? I'll be buying that again, guys. If you've ever run into a crew of power forwards that absolutely are terrible to play against on NHL Arcade 3's mode, that is my crew. And let me tell you, we will do pretty good. In NHL 20, that is. Sorry, very thirsty. Had a very big steak dinner for supper tonight. NHL 20 cover, well, hopefully Leon Draisaitl, that would be absolutely massive. Could you imagine 2 Oilers in that many years? That would be sick. And will a 3-way deal between the Oilers and Canucks and Flames work? Well, we already know the players, right? We already know the players who would be involved. James Neal, Milan Lucic, Louis Eriksson. What gets compoed one way or another, who knows? But it's a good question as to what could happen. And Cole, back to the good old NHL 19 stuff we did at the beginning of last year around, just about 11 months ago when we were ripping the beta. Yeah, she was a good time. Wins? Hard to come by. You know, I was freak. Who do I want to win, or who do I want the Oilers to acquire? I think you guys very well know who I'm very hard pressed on getting. Connor Brown. As much as he's not a major upgrade, as much as he's not a problem solver, he's a guy that fits. That's the thing, right? He's a guy that fits either on that second line or on the first line with Connor McDavid, a guy who we'd love to do business with when you talk about Connor McDavid and Connor Brown, and it just seems to make sense. That's who I want the Oilers to acquire 100%. B-Max, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you in here. And Radwin, yes, just give away Lucic for free. I don't care, he's useless. Well, he's useful. We have to pitch him as being useful for a little bit. You know what I mean? The physicality, all that. Yes, it's useful for us. I don't know. You've got Darnell Nurse. You've got Jujhar Khaira. You've got it good going. And Safety Dance in here. Connor McMichael. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But Raptors yesterday, by the way. Yes, okay. We need to get to this. We need to get to this, boys. Those Raptors. Game 6. I think the stupid stat I saw is it's 26 years between every major Toronto sports victory in Game 6. So it was the Leafs in Game 6 way back when. Then it was the Blue Jays 26 years later in Game 6. And now it's the Raptors 26 years later in Game 6. Owen, what's going on, my man? Oilers freak. I do have Instagram. You just follow, you know my name. Look it up. You'll be fine. And it is live, Chewy. Well, I am live. Luch can tape a stick like no one's business. Matt, I like it. I like it a lot. And yeah, it's true. All right, boys. So there we go. We've got the crew in here, guys, as we're just about hit 19 of you. Jays, yeah. Okay, Radwin's going to get me started on the Jays. I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr., not to alarm anyone. Actually, I'll pull up the tweet here that I just read. From, if you guys follow the MLB The Show community online, I know most of you might not, but Kevin Goad, he's a guy out of Halifax area. He said, dude, Vlad is leaving the game. If his hand is broken, who's taking a heater to the shins on the Astros? So, business. That's scary. That is absolutely scary if Vlad Jr.'s hand is broken. So that's bad news. And Jurassic Park was made 20 years ago on Kai Island. Ah ha ha, Radwin. I like it. This water's really good. Anyway, I think Oils Freak, I already covered that one. Connor Brown is the answer. Connor Brown is the end-all be-all for me when it comes to trading for a player from any team at this point. That's the number one solution. Number two, I've proposed some ones. I think Travis Konechny, but with the trade between Niskanen and who do I want the Oilers to draft for? Okay, well, freak, you got me. Anyway, to finish my point, the trade between Gudas and Niskanen kind of kills off any trades with Philly at this point. And the draft. Who do we trade for Connor Brown? I've suggested a second round pick straight up. That I think, Joseph, would be the most easy. Second round pick straight up. Just say, hey, Toronto, we know you have cap problems. Second round straight up, let's go. He's only a depth player for you, so we don't need to worry too much. And that is the question right there, right? Connor Brown straight up for a second. I'd take it all day. And who should the Oilers draft at the 8th overall pick? Well, my easy answer would have been Peyton Krebs. I would have liked Peyton Krebs. Mainly for a little bit of laughs from the channel earlier on this year and stuff like that. But ideally, I guess you've got Caulfield or what's the other one? Not Byram. Maybe Broberg if you're looking for a defenseman. I know he's rated lower than that. And of course, the guy is Cousins. Cousins is the guy to look at as well. And let's see here. Sorry, applying the stuff on my phone. My ears still burnt. Life's rough, guys. Life's rough when you're working in 30 degrees out in that sun daily. It's good, though. It's good for me. And trade the 8th pick. It's the smartest thing to do. It is. It realistically is. Because you can move a guy like Sekera or Lucic and get something of somewhat value back. And Chewy, the Flyers are far from done. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I would be very surprised if the Flyers held pat, signed a couple guys, and that was all they did. I think there's a lot more to be done when it comes to the Philadelphia Flyers this offseason. Cousins, hopefully he falls to 8th. And JS, well, thoughts on Corey Perry? I don't know. I think I'd prefer a buyout. If we could buy him, if Anaheim could buy him out, we get him for about $4 million, right? We do have $4 million to spend on a forward. He would be good. So it would be not bad. And Mike, sorry. What role will Hitchcock play as part of the Oilers next year? He's just going to be an advisor. He'll be a guy who Tippett will lean on to know what the room needs at certain points. Hopefully, maybe Hitchcock's not that guy, but hopefully. And we'll figure it out as we go along. I think that's kind of how it's going. Wait and see approach as to where Hitchcock fits in along the way. So, Mike, let's see. If the Oilers buy out Sekera and don't bring back any of their free agents, how much cap space will they have? Well, at this current point, let's go over to Cap Friendly, guys. This is the stupid math that we have to do at certain points this offseason. Right now, we have $9.8 million in cap space. That means not signing Chiasson, Reeder, Jujar, Yessa, Tyrati, Alex Petrovich, Kevin Gravel, or Anthony Stolarz. That's count all those guys out of the math. That's all the cap space we have is $9.8 million to fill all those holes. Now, thing is, you buy out a guy like Andrej Sekera, and it saves you, but it doesn't save you. That's the problem. As you look here, you buy out his contract, and you go over here and you look at it, base hit, signing bonus, buyout costs. You save, for the Oilers, if you're the Oilers, you save $3 million a year for the next 2 years, then $4 million a year for the next, you know what I mean, if the contract were to carry over. Realistically, you're getting charged $1.5 million more. So that's the answer there. Please do not acquire Zaitsev. Kurtam, what's going on, buddy? Hold on, let me get back here. If we draft and not trade, strike 2 on Kenny. I don't know. Maybe trading the second round pick might be a better go. Ramo, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you in here. And yeah, you know what, Kurtam, you didn't even use the I today. That's good. Sorry, I was looking real concerned there. Please do not acquire Zaitsev. Right, Kurtam, I'm not saying acquire Zaitsev. I'm saying flip Zaitsev. Use Zaitsev as a piece to acquire Connor Brown. Flip him out of town for a higher pick. Will Dave Tippett bring his coaching staff back, or will new faces appear? BMAX, I'm thinking if we haven't heard something yet, we're working on stuff. We're working on something a little bit more complicated than what the Oilers would traditionally do, like Dave Tippett bringing in his staff from somewhere else. And in my opinion, hopefully Tippett is smart enough to ask Hitch to be an assistant coach. I don't know. I think Hitch up top in the press box would be a smarter move than having him on the bench this year. Just, I don't know all the questions about him as head coach last year. I think it's maybe best to remove him from the situation. And it was freaky. You live 45 minutes away. Have I ever been to Edmonton? You betcha. I lived in Edmonton for 2 years when I was going to school. And which big player can we target in the future, you think? In the future, honestly, that's the thing. Is you look at who might be available, RFA offer sheets and stupid stuff like that. It's a big question. If you're looking at free agents for next year, this is where I like looking on tools. Where is it? Teams, players, free agents. There we go. So you look at next year's free agents. Say somehow we trade Andre Sekera. Actually, let's look at 2021's free agents. Let me do that. That's what you're kind of more asking as opposed to 2022. So you've got Nicholas Backstrom. At that point, you've got Patrick Marleau, Alex Pietrangelo. They're all 30 plus. Taylor Hall, right? Those kind of names. Ryan Callahan, Michael Granlund, Justin Schultz, Tyson Barrie. I think the only real one on that list I've named is a guy like Tyson Barrie is who you'd target. So there's your answer right there, my friend. And let's see. Walraj, that was you. And Sekera is the liability, not tradable till the deadline, needs to show good health. Matt, that's the sticking point, right? Are you a team willing to trade him on oath that he'll be fine, or are you a team willing to trade him on the deadline when he's showing you what he can do? Oh, I didn't know I just got here. Curtin, it's all good. You missed yesterday's video then. That's what I'm saying. You missed yesterday's video. And, oh yeah, my cats, you know what? They're stars. You know what they are. And Toronto would do that deal. Brown's now fourth line on Leafs. He's better than that. Hate to lose, but Zaitsev, but gotta go. There you go, Randy. See, we haven't agreed much lately, Randy. We've had some arguments, but we're making sense of this Zaitsev move, that's for sure. And just because you're not behind the bench and in the press box does not mean you are not on an assistant coach, but I think Hitch is very good. There you go, Chewy. Okay, so you're getting at what I'm getting at, and I just didn't say what I was trying to get at. Okay, I get you. And Balraj, is Draisaitl better than Matthews? Oh, boys, this is a tough one because goal scoring wise, 100%. But Matthews, again, you get into that face of the franchise argument with Matthews compared to anyone. And Matthews is the Leafs' bold new direction, right? When the Leafs decided they were going places, Matthews was the number one guy that was going to lead them there. Well, then you get the Toronto boys. So is Draisaitl Matthews? I don't know. You'd have to argue, is Draisaitl Matthews or is he Tavares, Oilers to Leafs kind of deal? Maybe Randy can weigh in on that one. And when is the Oilers' best time to make a move? I don't like at the draft. Guys, I know Ken Holland was talking big about, oh my God, the NHL GMs love making moves at the draft. Well, oh my, I don't like that. We've seen how that works for the Oilers in previous years. That's not a situation I want to be in. So you sit there and you look at it on this hand, and you look at it and say, well, we've got a week. Let's do something. Problem is, you go out there and rush something just like you would at the draft, you're no better off than you were before. And Kasperi Kapanen, if Holland accepts it. So yeah, if we could add Kasperi Kapanen, Joseph, if you're asking the same question, it wouldn't be a bad idea. The problem is the offer sheet, right? You only have as high as you can go as a second round, which is 4.3 something, and that's not good enough, I guess. And which other player than Zaitsev can the Oilers target? Balraj, like I said, Brown's a good target, again, on the Leafs, but there's a couple of good ones out there, and I think you have to go pick on some farm systems that have guys coming up that are ready this year, and yeah, it's a tough question. I haven't looked in a few days, and I'm just trying to keep this fresh so as when it's time to go and do a trade video, I'm ready, I'm on it, and I'm good to go. Draisaitl had one good season, don't get me wrong. I love Draisaitl, and he's a great player, but only had one great season. So you can't say, well, Oil's freak. He's put up 70-point seasons back to back to back. He's had 3 great seasons. It's just the NHL expanded its offensive repertoire this year. So you can't exactly say that to a degree, but I get where you're going. And if Matthews can play all season injury-free, Randy, you've got yourself a point. Balraj, Manning, and Petrovic for Zaitsev. Manning is still under contract. Well, Petrovic is actually a free agent, so we just wash our hands. We lost that third round pick for 8 games. That's useful. And yeah, a waste of time. And BMAX trade or keep the pick. I'm pro trade. Keeping's not the worst, but pro trade for sure. Bouchard in the minors for a full season. Joel Person or Caleb Jones will crack the roster, in my opinion. Curtum, I'm thinking Bouchard starts October down there. And then it's the same thing as the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. controversy this year. It's too hard to ignore the fact of what he's doing down there in the minors. You have to go out there and play him in the NHL. That's what it's going to be. I'm hoping Tippett and Holland can be that smart to do it that way, because they'd be good. And let's see here. Have you thought of looking at some of the Vegas Golden Knights or San Jose Sharks? They are also in cap problems. Again, yes, I got to look into it, Chewy. I haven't done a trade target in a while, and I got to get to it. But we've had so much news. We've had so much Oilers news. It's been good. And Mike, again, would you have time for Ryan Dzingel, and is he affordable? I don't know if he's going to be affordable. I feel like Ryan Dzingel is going to be the guy that gets the stupid $5 million contract this year. I just have a feeling, because the trade to Columbus sets a precedent. Right now, Columbus has to either sign him for stupid money to keep him and make their picks and stuff they lost worth it, or somebody else has to outdo Columbus's offer. It's a two-pronged, twofold, two-bit mess, and it's a bad time. And Balraj, do you think we can call up Tyler Benson? I'd hope he's ready. I think he'd be a really good passer. If we don't get Connor Brown, try Benson on the top line with a guy like Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. You could crack a lot of goals that way. Tyler Benson, a pure passer. I think there's a lot that can be done. And will the Oilers have a good enough team to make the playoffs in the next 3 years? I think they can do it this year. Prove me wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Prove me wrong. And what do you think of Joel Person and his chances of cracking the roster? Curtum, I think he's got very good chances. And Jordan Subban, yeah, actually that. Jordan Subban? Malcolm Subban. You're right, Chewy. That would actually be a really good one. Works at his glove hand while he learns to play guitar like Lindbergh does. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Koskinen, I'm hoping he's putting in those hours in Finland this year. He's got to get that glove hand sharp and going. And Person is underappreciated. Well, he's underappreciated because he's never been North American tested, I think. And Bouchard and Bear called up. Again, it's the four-horse race. Bouchard, Bear, Jones, Person. One of them's got to crack it this year, and you just got to figure out which one. And Ryan Dzingel will probably stay in Columbus. I'm thinking so too, and I hope so too. But I said that last year. That's right. Grats to Bozak now that he has a ring and cup like his buddy Phil. Bozak, you know what? Bozak, and don't forget, Randy, the other guy is Carl Gunnarsson. Carl Gunnarsson played an important role in the Blues Cup victory, and he's a former Toronto Maple Leaf as well. I believe Gunnarsson was on that early 2000 or early decade, this past decade's team that made the playoffs and all that excitement. And yeah, I was really excited for Gunnarsson. I'm like, who's wearing number 4? Why don't I know who's wearing number 4 on the Blues? I should know that. That's not Jay Bouwmeester. Who is it? And then I see Gunnarsson. I'm like, hey, he's going to do it. And he did it, and that's awesome. That's absolutely fantastic. So, good news for Leafs fans to see some enemies, fan favorites, depending on who you were, where you were at the time of them doing certain things, getting their love and getting their appreciation. That's for sure. So let's see. I'd never thought of O'Reilly would come over from a trade and win the Conn Smythe. Leaves Buffalo and absolutely goes and clutches it. That was huge for Ryan O'Reilly, guys. That's absolutely awesome. And UV, hey buddy. Hey, it's been a long time, I know. Feels good to be back. This is something I've been missing for a while. So let's get these live streams going, shall we? And let's see, guys. Waiting on the comments to come in. I think I lost a little bit of you guys. Yeah, it's been a long time without these streams. I think we were banned back in mid-February, as I accidentally put live and stream back to back, talking about the Oilers and Toronto Maple Leafs. That proved to be a bad decision, although I will give my absolute credit to the NHL. I discussed this with the NHL. It was on my end, my fault, and it was my fault I couldn't get it fixed sooner. So that was the issue. I wish I could add it back sooner. I deleted the stream, which left me with no ID to tag them in what they needed to find. And will you stream draft and free agency without a copyright strike? I hopefully will. And who do you think is what the Oilers need to eradicate off the roster for the next season? Like I said, Lucic, Sekera, any of the big contracts, Russell, Larson. You just got to look at moving one big contract, and that's the only thing. Contracts, money. And who do you rank in order from top to bottom between Yamamoto, Cooper Marody, and Tyler Benson? I go Marody, Yamamoto, Benson. Yamamoto's the potential. Benson is a very 2A. Benson is 2A. Don't get me wrong there. And Pepe 10, what's going on, my friend? Let's get going here. I've already covered that. So what's the topic, UV? Just ask questions. Keep it civil. Keep it normal. Keep it thoughtful, and we'll be good. Mad Rock, what's going on, my friend? Long time no see in the streams. It's been since February at least. Do you think the Oilers are going off for a big offseason? I'm hoping they do. And why do I look like a beaver? Balraj? Well, it's the beard I got going on. It's the beard gets curly after about week number 2, and it gets really awful. Do a tour of my house. This is on my computer. You guys don't want to see my house. Too many animals running around. And let's see. What do we got? I thought Yamamoto would be like Gaudreau. I'm hoping he still will be. Savage, welcome in. And what else? Top 7D for next year. Like I said, if Sekera is still here, you got Clefbaum, Larson, Sekera, Nurse, Russell, Benning, and one of the 4 that I've already mentioned. That's kind of the question. Jason, am I ever going to do video games again? No, you betcha not. That is done, cooked, over. Much more success doing this and much more fun. And remember Benson instead of DeBrincat? Well, you know what? Benson still could show improve. And do I subscribe to Lego Rock's channel? I watched one of his videos about Lucic and Eriksson, about what you said, so you should check him out about that. And do you know Steve Dangle? I don't know Steve Dangle. I've talked to Lego Rocks. Him and I go back and forth making sure we're staying in touch, knowing what's going on in our lands, because our lands seem to cross borders a lot, right? That's the thing, and you mentioned it right there, B-Max. And could Trouba come to Edmonton? I don't know. We'd have to do a lot, Mr. Hawk. We'd have to do a lot. And Curtin, yes, Benson over Yamamoto, no doubt about that, for sure. And why do you think Yamamoto is a better prospect than Benson? It's just draft ranking, right? We haven't seen impactful games from Yamamoto or Benson. It's the hype, it's the potential. That's all I'm going off of at this point, Chewy. It's unfortunate, I know, but again, 2A. That's as best I can make it. What's the maximum amount of salary we can afford right now? 9.8 million UV. But that's we have a lot of stuff to get going. And be right back. No worries, Pep 10 and Lego Rocks is a rap star, says Jay Oaks. Well, he's a killer. And oh my, we're gonna remove that. Thank you. And easiest contracts to dump, Joseph. I think Adam Larson's contract's one of them to dump. Tough contracts to dump. I don't know. We don't really have that many other ones to dump. And Mike, project the 4 lines. Obviously, McDavid, Draisaitl on the top line, Nuge down the middle on the second line, Lucic on the 3rd or 4th, Cave Gagner on the 3rd, and then you've got Brodziak, Giamardella, Kara somewhere in there as well. And oh my, Shrajit, I'm gonna have to give you a ban if you keep that stuff going. We don't talk politics in here. And let's see, gotta go playoff game. It's the final. See ya. All right, Savage, go get it done. And Shrajit, please, one last one, you'll be getting the ban out of here. And do you think Toronto would trade Marner? There's some talk versus, say, picks on an offer sheet they don't match. Myself, no, unless it was a Lindros deal. Randy, I don't know what goes on with a trade when it involves a guy like Marner. That's, again, a Connor McDavid kind of trade all around. All right. We're getting out of here. And hide user in this channel. There we go. Good to go. And Bouchard's got to stick with the big club this year. I think he's got to start minors, come up big. And then Tyler Benson was always highly rated as a prospect before his injuries in juniors, and he still has the potential when fully healthy. 2A. You need a good mod? Yes, I do, Chev. I cleared out my mods, and I'm just giving this going. Welcome back to live streaming. Michael, welcome back to the live streamings. And how much will the Oilers have to pay for Chiasson? That's the scary thing. I don't even want to know. That's the scary thing. That's a very scary thing. So, yeah, Chiasson, $3 million probably. $3 million, and that's not a good go. That's not a good go. Ball rush. Oh my. Now we're getting where we're going. And let's see. I shaved my beard this morning into a handlebar stash with soul patch from my dude. Oh my, Jay. I had the handlebars going the other week. That was a pretty sick time, I must tell you. And let's see. Awesome channel. Keep up the great work. Best love. Who do you think will be the starter for the Oilers? I think it's going to be Koskinen. 1A, 1B though. And did I expect Chiasson to pan out like that? I don't think anybody expected Chiasson to pan out like that, to be honestly. No politics, no religion, but hockey is a religion. It's a holy war. Ah, Chewy, I see what you did there. I like it. Ouch, 3M, what? And Lucic for Eriksson rumors, Curtum? Yeah, we'll see. 3 times the charm, right? 3 times the charm. And it is what it is. Hopefully, something gets done with Lucic. I don't care. I mean, realistically, I wish it was like the NFL where you could restructure a contract. Guys, if we could restructure contracts, that would be great. Who could this 1B goalie be if you had to guess? That's the question, right? Is you have to look at who's available. And you look at the goalies available in the NHL this offseason. It's a scary market. Obviously, we've heard a very scary name get mentioned in the form of a guy named Mike Smith. That's the scariest part I could ever think of, Mike Smith coming to the Edmonton Oilers, but it is what it is at this point. And I'll get you that answer in just a second, Mike. I was soaking rain out there, and my clothes felt like they were going to melt away. Ooh, that's rough, BMAX. It's a scary rainstorm here earlier. Goes for Sean Byron. I'm sure the Oilers can offer better. I don't know. There'd probably be a pick involved. 5-0 and Balraj 1v1 you in Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite in about 3 months. Will it make a difference if we got James Neal for Lucic? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, haven't played Fortnite in 3 months. Guys, gave it up. Got stupid. Apparently Vancouver wants another young piece. Yeah, that's the stupid part, Curtum. That I can't afford that. And Chewy, do you think you can come up with the next rumor before the Oiler media catches on? You'll have to frame it. You'll have to frame them all. Lol Bell. What? Lol Bell? Am I missing something here? Sparks is available if Edmonton is feeling risky. He was excellent in the AHL. Yeah, that's one that's been mentioned, eh? That's one that's been mentioned. And let's see here. Goalies available. You've got Semyon Varlamov. Hard no. You've got Cam Talbot. Hard no. Mike Smith. Hard no. Cam Ward. Hard no. Brian Elliott, hard no. Michael Neuwirth, hard no. Ryan Miller, hard no. Chad Johnson, hard no. Robin Leonard. Going down the list of salaries. Robin Leonard. Peter Mrazek, Michael Hutchinson, Keith Kincaid, and then it hits Al Montoya and a bunch of guys that haven't played. So you get where I'm going with that. Okay, Lobel, you're messing with me here. Hide user on this channel again. And Kincaid, yeah, Kincaid could be interesting. Louis Eriksson for Lucic for James Neal. Yeah, Curtum, the 3-way trade deal. Brizgalov. Joseph, the answer is Brizgalov. And Keith Kincaid's the guy I wouldn't mind. Keith Kincaid at all would not mind. Mr. Hawk says Leonard, absolutely. Mrazek too. There's 3 good names out there. But are they the correct answer or are they just an answer? And Oil's freaking Balraj, I'm not giving out my PSN tonight. It's just, I've given up on that. I have my crew I rec up games with, but I got to try and get off games. What do you think about the Oilers getting a superstar in this free agency? Superstar, define it, right? The thing is, we could get a superstar who becomes a superstar, right? That's the thing. If we're smart about it, we pick up the next Alex Chiasson for $2 million, hit it out the park, and you're gone. And you sign him for 5 years, and you've got a guy just putting up stupid numbers at $2 million, that kind of deal. Kincaid, Leonard, too expensive. Yeah, Jared, that could be the problem. And 16, 17, Talbot or Koskinen when he had a phenomenal start. They start that way, consistent, so which goalie would be better for the Oilers? That's the question, right? That's who would be better. And any goalie will struggle with his blue line as it stands. Austin, I don't know. It depends which blue line it is, because when Hitchcock first stepped in as head coach, we were shutting things down. We were winning 1-0 games consistently. That's the question. And Corey Schneider may be available. Nope. And Chewy Everly signing in New York, a very, very good thing. Very glad to see Everly re-sign. You know what? Maybe would have been gladder to see him sign in with the Oilers, but he's got consistency, and that's what I'm asking for. Is just he found something he loves, and that's good. Tippett, assistant coaches, I see what you were trying to do. Gulletson, Hitchcock, and who else do you think? That's the question, right? Is Hitch going to be an assistant, or are we bringing in 2 other guys? What would be Marner's contract, because he is way better than Matthews? Again, $10 million is going to be the starting price. And you push well, I don't know about that. If I was better than the TSN analysts, I'd be on TSN, don't you think? And no Hitchcock. Well, I wouldn't mind having Hitchcock in the press box like Chewy said. If you have him in the press box as an assistant coach, kind of on the microphone saying, this is what I'm noticing, we need to play this better, we need to do that better, it wouldn't be bad times. But does Hitch have the eyesight for that? Not to say he's an old man, but you get where I'm going with that. And let's see. I gotta breathe. Shoulders are getting tense. I rubbed the cat, so now I scratch my nose. You guys know how this does. And ball rush. Oh, buddy. Do you think the Leafs got the money to keep all the young guns? No, I don't. Do I have hockey cards? Oilers? I have 2 binders I'm just sitting on, waiting for them to go up in value in a couple of years. Name one player that can be a phenomenal asset to our team. UV, Connor Brown. Connor Brown. The answer is Connor Brown. You want an answer? Connor Brown. Hitch has a great hockey mind. Chef, that's exactly. He's got a great offer mind. Hockey mind. Offer mind. If Oilers stay healthy, do you believe they can make the playoffs? Oh yeah, Pusha. I think first round exit wouldn't be a bad thing. Do you watch Inside the Nation with Dustin Nielsen? Unfortunately, I don't BMAX. I don't get the time. And can you see my game collection? Okay. I have all my games downloaded on my PlayStation. It's digital stuff. What is the oldest hockey card that you owned? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I think I have a bunch of reprints from the 70s, so they aren't actual real hockey cards. But that's the question. What would it take for a trade for Connor Brown and Kapanen? Ooh, that'd be a tough one. That'd be a real tough one to say. Trade 8th overall pick and Caleb Jones for Noah Hannafin? Ooh, trade to Calgary? I don't think so, Curtum. And Mr. Hawk, do I watch The Hockey Guy? Yes, I do, time to time. Not all the time. I don't want to start stealing his ideas when it comes to the Oilers, right? Keep the ideas my own. And Joseph, back to yours. It's a tough question because you had Kapanen, suddenly you're getting more value. The way to get Kapanen is the question of the offer sheet. Because if you can get him for 4.3, the Leafs can't match it. Nobody else offers more. You're getting an excellent player for $4.3 million. He's signed, and he didn't give up more than a second-round pick. You see where I'm going with that. And, oh, Noah Dobson. Okay, Kurum. I gotcha, Kurum. And let's see. What do you think is the one area do you think the Oilers need to improve on next year? Goaltending, defense, offense, or coaching? I'm going to say offense and coaching. Defense, I think we've got the young guns to get it done. No one Toronto, but Cappy gets good return and Leafs can dump a salary in that deal. Yes, Connor Brown, do you think Ebb's contract is too high and will bite the Islanders in a couple of years? Scoring is trending down. It only trended down for 1 year. That's the thing Flipper do. I think they're going to be fine. They just need to figure out who they are going to be. Do I know the hockey guy in person? No, I don't. And the hockey guy gets Oilers info from Dolynny. Ah, well, we could think. We could think. Why isn't dumping Sekera talked about more? Seems like an easier way to get cap space than dumping Lucic. It's the stigma. It's the stigma, right? The stigma of Lucic as opposed to Sekera's still got something of value to offer. Why do I want Kapanen? It's the simple thing of easy as this. Easy as this. Kapanen's a great player. And Lego Rocks, well, guys, you know what? The first moderator of the new regime goes out to Lego Rocks because we already talked about him. We got him in the chat way before he was in here. Lego, my buddy, what's going on? Cousins or Zigra for me? Yeah, B-Max, either or would be very good. And what do you think of Noah Dobson and Curtin? It was a choice, right? It was a choice between Evan Bouchard or Noah Dobson. Obviously, the Oilers thought more highly of Evan Bouchard, and I think it's going to pay off. I just hope it does. And let's see what's going on. I think Dak would be a good pick for 8th. Yeah, he wouldn't be bad. And literally, we can't go wrong. Unless we pick someone who's supposed to go like 12th or 13th, we can't go wrong at this point. And Lego Rocks here, yeah, that's what's up. And I would love to see you and the hockey guy in a video together. Well, we'll work on stuff one day. And do you think the Oilers defense is better than people think? By that much. By that much. Not by much. By that much. Hot Take Hockey, of course. There we go. Well, holy crap. Everybody's getting in here. Guys, this is getting insane. There we go. Don't put Hot Take in timeout. Guys, obviously, if you watch the NHL playoffs and you watched a guy like me do something about them, you watched Hot Take Hockey this great, fine spring season. And live stream is back on Dolynny TV. You betcha there. As we get rolling. And good one. Ace, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you in here, guys. This is just great to see you guys all return. This is just awesome. How hard is it going to be to dump the money, guys, and what will it take? A GM willing to make a deal. That's all it takes. And let's see. HTH, that's right. You guys know him. Legend. Absolutely rocketed up the charts in the live stream in business this year. All the while me and Lego Rocks just crushed those videos on the Oilers and Canucks. Just going to slide that over to you. And OLD is way worse than people think, in your opinion. Well, Ace, we do know the Darnell Nurse situation, right? Points are good, defense not so much. He figures it out defensively this year. We got something going. And let's get it going. What if Oilers traded Hall for Ekman Larson, right? That's the always one that'll cost us. Who's the first player getting the call up this season, in your opinion? Josh Curry, Joseph Gambardella, Patrick Russell, Benson. There's too many to name. I think it depends who cracks the roster to start the year. Garnier to get more than 40 points next year? Oh, man. If they play Garnier and Nuge and actually find a good second-line left winger, that line could rocket. That line could absolutely rocket. And let's see. The Canucks your favorite team? That's a question for Lego Rocks, not me. I personally think the Oilers D ain't that bad off. That's the thing. It's a good one. It's tough to say which way it's going. Still improving, probably, yeah. That's right, Ace. It's the question of, if he figures it out, we're better off than we were. If he doesn't, it is. Credit Russell. Well, Russell, I don't know. Russell, I think, is more better in leadership. Oh, guys, hold on. I named the 4 lines for the Oilers. And there's this Swedish guy that we signed a few weeks ago that BMax just pointed out that I've forgotten about. I've forgotten very much so about Joakim Nygard since we did it. That was actually one of my biggest videos of May. And Joakim Nygard, a guy that could potentially light it up for us if given the right situation. Now, of course, you could have the Nail Yakupov situation and gone as well. One of the way to go. What would I do to improve the Oilers? Connor Brown. Connor Brown. That's all I got to say. Will Garnier get 8 goals in one game again? This is always the question that comes up every live stream. Garnier, 8 goals in a game. One day, maybe it'll happen for Connor McDavid. Russell is huge for the D. You know what? You can't understate his presence. That's the thing. I don't care about his on ice, the presence. That's what you guys have convinced me of. If we could somehow pull off bringing Panarin to Edmonton, that would be so sick. Yes, it would. I like Nurse. Hope Leafs can find a way to get him from the Oilers. Randy, if you're willing to give us Morgan Riley, I'll take him off your hands. I'll take him off your hands. People need to understand that younger D-men in general, including Nurse, need to play at least over 250, 300 games to achieve NHL level caliber. That's the number, Curtin. You can't understate that at all. Trade the 8th for Savard. Mark Savard? Mark Savard? Is that still a name? Or Dennis Savard? Are you talking about Dennis Savard? Columbus Blue Jackets legend? And expectations for Yamamoto next year. This is the question. Expectations for Yamamoto. Hopefully he comes up and plays hockey, but I don't know where he's going to find himself. He needs a year in the minors to really develop. And hot take, yeah, Morgan Riley is off limits. That's why I said it. Mad Rock, you love the Orange Cat. And not Morgan. I tried. Expectations for Bouchard. Start in the minors. Go to the NHL a month in. And not being real, just a fun question. Draisaitl for GA. Gaudreau. Guys, that's straight across trade right there, right? You've got captain material for captain material. And I don't know, perhaps he'd be better not get any injuries coming up. That's the key, BMAX as well. Riley for captain, just hyping you up a bit. Don't need it from all others, all good. And Dennis Savard for Sekera and a pick. That wouldn't be a bad trade. I think the Oilers would actually save some money. Oh, crap. Poor girlfriend. And let's see. How many points will each player on the Oilers get next year? How many points will each player on the Oilers get next year? That's a complicated question. I'd like to see the lineup first. I'll defer. And who would be good D for us? Honestly, guys, there's a lot of them out there, but it's working a deal. And any update on the James Neal to the Oilers? I think it's just flashy, gone into the wind kind of deal. And RNH for Pratish Bergeron, just watch him get in the Flames' face. Just to watch him. Just to watch him. I like it. Okay, Curtin, you saved yourself there. I was like, what? And Connor Brown, flip or do. Connor Brown. That's all it is. And if Oilers D, yes, that's the thing. Guys, Ace brings up an excellent point that I've tried to harp home. I've tried to harp this one home. If the Oilers D improves, we scored astronomically terrible points from the D this year. If they score league average points, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl scored way more. It's stupid. It's stupid what we could do. And if they trade Milan, who's going to help out McDavid every time they play Calgary? Mad Rock. Zach Kassian. That's the two words you got to keep in mind. The animal, the beast, the crazy man, Zach Kassian. You ever seen those eyes? Oh, man. Look out. Best D-man the Oilers should pick up this pick, or this offseason. I think just find somebody, a gem in the draft. Best move you can make. Brown for sure. Bracco, Joseph, Tom Wilson. It is what it is. Tom Wilson. And I'm just going to read Randy's comment here. Including Zaitsev, even Kadri, so along those lines, they can toss in Lucic. Toronto can buy him out. Toronto can just, hey, if they want to buy out Lucic, they can. And Kassian is awesome when motivated. And that's the thing, Ace, I think what Kassian has to do this year, if he wants an expanded role and we find a top-line player for McDavid and Draisaitl that isn't him, the role you find is him saying to Jesse Puljujärvi that you can play on my line, and you can look at it this way. You can have your career turn out the way mine did, turmoil, chaos, and you end up getting somewhere with it at last. Or you can succeed early on, like I didn't as a high first-round pick. That's what I hope out of Kassian. And we don't need Zaitsev, Brandon. We don't. We just need to flip him. And which do the Oilers need more desperately? Forwards all the way. And I don't want to see buyouts this year. That's right, BMAX. I'm anti-buyout. And are you surprised the Oilers haven't signed Evan Poli yet? I'm not. I think he's going to the free agent market. I think that's been the plan, races. If they planned on signing him, they would have tested him out in the NHL at some point this year. That's my feeling. I know the whole Bakersfield playoff run thing might have implicated that, but yeah, that's the problem. And I think the Oilers and the Leafs could help each other out. I know the Connor Brown side of it, as well as it is cap issues for both teams with similar help needed there. Well said, Chewy. And I don't know that Kassian has the leadership ability in him, Tyson, but yeah, that would be great. I don't know if he has it, but he has experience, life lessons learned, right? It's not so much leadership as it is experience. Living the wrong side of the stick. You know what I mean, Ace? It's living the other side of the story that maybe Jesper Puljujärvi really shouldn't want to live. And who better than a guy who's experienced in the wrong side of the stick in Zach Kassian. And yeah, so it's a tough, complicated situation. We'll keep figuring it out. Is often the best teacher. That's right, Ace. That's what I'm getting at. And based on complex criteria, boys. Trade Lucic for $6, $1 million per goal. I know it's tough. Give me a second. I'm just going to reply to a text. You guys get some questions in there. There we go. Tell the girlfriend to put in her notice at her job. That's the way to go. And let's go. Well, let's see. Trade Lucic. Who'd be crazy enough to overpay like that, Curtum? Oh, man. Yeah. Us. Me. Oilers fans. You get where I'm going with that. David Savard is the answer. David Savard. You know what? We're having fun with the name. Let's go just pull him up here. David Savard in Columbus on a team that really had no business doing much this year. Goes out and does something. He's making $4.25 million for the next 2 years. And this is the stupid part about David Savard. He had 24 points. You know where 24 points? Let's just go do the math. 24 points amongst defensemen on the Edmonton Oilers in the 2018-2019 season ranks him as the second highest or third highest scoring defenseman. Sorry, I was incorrect. I didn't realize Oscar Klefbom got 28 points. Russell. Let's see. Do you play any sports? Garrido, I am playing slow pitch in the local league in town. I'm having a blast. It's a great time. I hurt every day, but it's good. So if Edmonton was to include Nurse in that trade, what would you expect? Would you want a full deal? Would Russell be Zaitsev's teacher? You know where I'm going with this. Well, even for $6, they would request a sweetener for Lucic. Randall, you get in here and you get gold right off the bat. Russell races. I think both Russells are signed, so we're good. We're cooking. Is Jim Benning still looking to accomplish this Lucic move, or will he deny the deal and buy Eriksson out? Who knows? It's the NHL offseason, and that's what we're going. And a first-round pick. Ace, Randall, you guys think very similarly when it comes to your jokes, and I love it. Toronto are just in the worse cap space than the Oilers. They're still playing a few players they bought out and traded. Yes, they are. Phil Kessel to name one. And do you think Peter Chiarelli will ever be a GM again? At the NHL level? Maybe not. Will he find himself back? I don't know. It could be interesting to see if he'll find himself back in the NHL at some point. I think he'll go overseas and do something over there for a few years, I'd have to say. There's no getting it right trading Yamamoto or Puljujärvi. Bradley, if you're in the stream, why aren't you commenting that on the stream? Just to trade Lucic for an old man. Bradley, well, yeah, that's the question. There really isn't. All right, Matt, that was your comment. And let's see where we sit. 67.51, let's go. Leafs one more year for cap issues. That's right. What do you think Marner's contract going to be? Probably $10 million. And Chiarelli will find a job in Ottawa. Oh, man, wouldn't that be something? Reports were that Eriksson wouldn't waive for Edmonton. Well, where there's a will, there's a way. But if he's not willing, there's probably not a way. You get where I'm going. Kind of chunky year for sure. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. I'd love to just kind of get that inside the perspective 20 years down the road, the trade that almost happened. Would love to see an Oilers versus Condors preseason. I don't know why. I realistically don't know why they don't do team games like that, right? They do prospect games, but could you imagine the hype if the Oilers came to Bakersfield? That's a very good point, Races. If the Oilers came to Bakersfield, that would be absolutely fantastic. How would Ottawa accept them? It's Ottawa. Just got back from my hockey game final, won the game, got the MVP, got 33 goals, 17 assists in 18 games. Not bad, Savage. Not bad at all. Peppy 10's back. And Q-Tips, think Bouchard really wants to be in Edmonton? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. He just wants to be there at some point this year. I don't think he'll be there at the start, but he'll be there at some point. And good idea, Race. What do you think of Cody Ceci? Cody Ceci is going to be a guy who is in Ottawa for a long time. Honestly, he's a guy you don't get too often in the NHL, and it is what it is in the situation he's in. Give him 3 more years to regret being in Edmonton. Right, Ace, that's the thing. You got to give him the time to regret it. Don't make him regret it now. Give him the time. Give him 3 years. Give him 1 magical year, 1 okay year, then the year we're all demanding him to be traded, and then we let him go. It's the Oilers' way. It's the Oilers' way. Guys, you can tell it's getting a little bit later. I'm having a little bit more fun. Now, hypothetically speaking, in today's world, would you rather pay Marner $10 million or would you trade him? I think if you're the Leafs, trade him. Realistically, you can't afford him at $10 million. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There's already talks about possibly trading Mitch Marner. Toronto is in a mess to re-sign all their young players, which is virtually impossible. Unless they get rid of all the old players and play just kids. Just kids. Just kids is the answer, but I don't know. Move Marner before I'd pay him $10 million. Yeah, exactly. Kyle Dubras is hiding secrets in Toronto. I'm sure he probably is. The Oil way, yep. Oh, man. Like I said, I know what's going on. I pretend to not know how this works, but I do know how it works. And Races, I don't think the Oilers buy out Manning. Seriously, just deal him for a 7th round pick. You can get a 7th round pick for Brandon Manning. He's a guy, a depth guy. Just 7th round pick. Same with Lucic. Whatever you can get for Sekera. Get out, go. You get him gone, right? That's all I'm saying. Orangey, what you doing, buddy? All right. Cats aside. No buyouts. Trades. Let's see if anything's popped up on Oilers Twitter. This is one thing I haven't gotten to, guys. If you ever just type in the word Oilers into Twitter, you get so much gold. You scroll down on the top list just a little bit and you get so much gold. Let's see. Nitsky. Jordan Eberle contract. What do we got? Houston Oilers stuff. Well, just as fast. Miles goes. Get him, kid. Sites have interest. Everyone is freaking out. Jay Woodcroft extended. Man, there is nothing. Ken Holland, from Daniel Nugent Bowman. Start skating in August and be ready for camp. Says goalie Dustin Schwartz and video coach Jeremy Kupel will be back. That's one thing we missed. Sorry, I didn't have that in my news today. And where are we at with the news? Can't trade Patrick Marleau because he has no trade clause unless he waives. So yeah, they're stuck with him. Not for good. Nah, I think he'll waive. Toronto can bridge him at least $10 million for 3 to 5 years. It can happen. But let's see if they can trade Marleau first. There you go, Randy, to the point before. And do you think McDavid would request a trade if they miss the playoffs again? No. McDavid is the captain. He's committed to getting it right. He will get it right. And Zap is moving faster than Lucic. Yeah, I don't know where she is. She's not scratching on the door. That's weird. And I think we call up Legason. 7th defenseman material. 7th defenseman material, no problem. Now basketball final, we got to go again. All right, we'll catch you, Savage. And retaining Marleau contract, I don't know. You find a go. Could be a scratch for next season. Yeah, that's right. He could be that 7th defenseman. The perfect 7th defenseman kind of guy. And that's all I'm asking on him. Just rock that 7th defenseman role. Wouldn't be too bad. Wouldn't be bad at all. Whew. Okay, if I can breathe, we'd be rocking. We'd be going. And we'd be doing good. Hold on a second here, guys. I'm going to take a second to breathe. Take a second to check my phone. And right there we be. And there she go. We're rocking, we're rolling, and nice, decent. We're pacing well. 30 of you guys watching right now. We're doing all right, and I'm just waiting on you guys to keep the questions rolling. That's all I got. Think hockey or fighting is leaving hockey good or bad? Both. both, right? The concussions, but the policing. The concussions, but the policing, Mad Rock. I'm a big fan of fighting. Sucks when they get injured, though. Maybe, but teams have cap and no prospects at a cap, so a picker prospect could be enough. That's right. That's right. You think Yamamoto gets called up? I do. I think he gets his time. No fighting, wimpy hockey, injury-prone hockey. That's right, AC. That's right. And Yamamoto, maybe I can't stand modern wimpy hockey. And I think hockey was best just after we got the stage fighting out in about 2009, right? The stage fighting was going away in 2009. That was when I really enjoyed fighting, because that's when you still had the big guys that would go out there and bruise it up, right? Georges Laraque, I don't know if Georges Laraque was still playing, but there was guys that would still go going. And can Yamamoto not be injured? That's the question. And I want more fights in hockey. Me too. I like hockey. Where is Mikko Koskinen right now? We haven't heard from him in a while. I bet you we'll have something pop up when we sign a goalie. And how would Oilers fans react if they made the playoffs and McDavid got injured at the end of the season? Oh man, that'd be a disaster. Actually enforced. Yeah, that was a different situation though. The rules, not so much fighting wise. The whole game was judged differently. You could say hockey's a physical game. Things happen. Tempers flare. That's right. That's what we do. If you allow hitting, you gotta allow punching. That's the way. Well, judging by ancient history of San Jose, Marleau could be used as a Miguel. Oh my goodness. Chewy, that's a good one. And cup predictions for next year. I think, I don't know. This year just blew everything right to expectation. I don't know. Whatever. Mad Rock, Lucic's wrists are a little dinged up. That's the thing. His wrists are broken up a little bit from what I heard in an off-season report last year. So that's the question. Will be contenders for more years if they keep the core together? That's right, Ace. Blues could repeat. That'd be the stupidest thing to happen. Do you think Koskinen is worth his contract, or do you think they rushed it? We'll find out. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully. Don't know. That's cool. And who will be the next Lucic? That's a good question. You look at, all right, let's go back to it. Players, free agents, and you look at guys for this upcoming year. Jason Spezza, Sergei Bobrovsky, Erik Karlsson, Matt Duchene, Joe Pavelski, Artemi Panarin, Semyon Varlamov, Jason Pominville, who's 36, Jacob Trouba, Tyler Myers, Dave Bolland, who we know where he is, William Karlsson, Kevin Hayes. And I think that's the guy. That's who I was getting to. I think everybody projects Kevin Hayes will be the next Lucic contract. Where's Zap? Who knows? And I thought that cat was Zap. Nope, that's the other one. Zap's the fluffy, multicolored, whatever the heck she is. Still moving faster than Lucic. He's having a good nap. This boy's a tired boy. This time of night he usually gets pretty tired. What will happen to Puljujarvi at the end of the month? We'll sign him into a contract. We'll get him in the lineup. We'll let him play. That's what I think's happening at this point. We'll find out though. I mean, there's still room to be moved. And sorry guys, petting the cat. Nose getting itchy. KHL or trade, I think we keep him. And that's not what I want to happen, but I think that's just what happens. And would you get Perry? Well, probably. If we could get him at the right contract. Oils, we'll catch ya. Can you notify us when you stream next? I will. I tried to put out the stream, but I only put it out like half an hour ahead of time. That's my bad. So how's weather in Alberta, especially around Cowtown? Hot, stormy, it's a mess. We're right by the mountains. It's the way it always goes. And Pavardi will be signed and played. Oh man, Ace, your cat's one lazy rascal, isn't he? He absolutely is. No point moving Pulo though. Yeah, there isn't. There really is. There isn't. That's the tough part. And yeah, what to do about nothing? That's literally what it is. What do you do about nothing at this point? And Ken Holland has to A, make something of nothing, B, do something with nothing, and C, hope something happens out of nothing. You get where I go? It's roll 1, roll 2, roll 3, something. Something's got to give. And with this Oilers team, you hope. Who is most likely to have a breakout season? I think if you're looking for a guy that played time in the Oilers system this year, Josh Curry or Joseph Gambardella, if they get time, if we keep a guy like Jujhar Khaira, he was breaking out this year, he's due for it this year. Puljujarvi's gotta have a breakout season, but if a guy at 30 years old can have a breakout season, maybe Sam Gagner, but the real breakout season I think that's got to be had is Matt Benning for keeping his spot. Yamamoto, I just don't see him getting the NHL roster this year. That's the thing. Oh, Randy. Lucic at $3 million. I got no problem with Lucic at $3 million. Don't get me wrong. Anything under $3 million or $3 million is good. Grew up playing in the one-time spot, and he dominated with somewhat skilled players. He was even playing in the one-time instead of Dolynny at some points. Never played there at all for 3 years. Well, we've found Mr. Draisaitl's good at it, right? And Tyler Benson, Tyler Benson could be a guy that could be up or down in the system, and he could dominate either or. That's the thing. Not sold that Yamo can stay healthy at NHL level. We all know on 6 months. That's right. We'll all know. We'll all know, Ace. We can all ask now. We'll know then. And do you think other picks in other rounds of the draft will be moved? I think the second. I think if there's a likely pick to be moved, it's the second. Because you can move the second for Connor Brown and get your top 6 winger you're looking for. That's my answer. Again, Connor Brown. Is that stupid? Connor Brown. You got a question? Connor Brown. You wondering what's happening before you say it? Connor Brown. You didn't say anything? Connor Brown. Tyler Benson should crack the Oilers at some point next year. Yes, they should. And Noah, what's going on, buddy? Long time no talk. And cold here in Newfoundland. Oh, you've got icebergs coming in, Mad Rock. That's lovely. That's lovely. Gotta love them icebergs coming by. If you got pictures, send them to me on Twitter. And let's see. Yessa should at least play on the second unit. And when he does, they play him in the wrong spots. That's true. I'll move 2 if we need Brown or Captain. And that's exactly B-Max. And do you think Yamamoto meant it when he said he will haunt the Oilers? I hope he'll haunt the Oilers in a good way. Haunt them for not picking him sooner when he's killing it for us. Philly has their top pick. Wonder what the Leafs would give for that in the deal. I don't know. That's a tough question. I'd bring him along slow, let him develop. Yes. I want to see Brown in Edmonton, see if he can do the McJesus magic. Wouldn't that be something if we could get Brown and McDavid going like they used to back in Erie? That'd be awesome. Who takes the A from Lucic? Draisaitl. Draisaitl, absolutely. We don't want to rush him into being the next Yakupov. No, we don't. And Yamamoto is going to be a 30 to 50 point guy at some point in his career. Not this year. This year he'll play half and half at most, I hope. And half and half wouldn't be bad. If he's healthy and plays half Bakersfield, half NHL, we're making the playoffs. If he does well. If he does well. That's the thing. Dry with the A. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%, guys. No doubt about it. So, yeah. And or Sakura. Sakura? Ace, who had it before? Sakura had it before, right? Before Nugent Hopkins, Sakura had it. Who will the Oilers sign at free agency? A goaltender. We've gone over it. Kincaid. A couple of guys. Don't know who. Do you think with Ken now, will they draft the Russian kids? You know Ken like those players. That's, Ivan, that's an interesting thing I haven't heard. That could be it. But who do you draft, right? Is there that, I can't remember what's his name. But you know who I'm thinking. I'd love to see Connor Brown, Lazar, and McDavid play together. Wouldn't that be something too? Holy crap. Curtis Lazar, if he could actually get it going. Yamo, I don't think we'll get more than 50 in a season. Max 60, but I doubt it. One day possible. One day possible for sure. And let's see. Lazar? Curtis Lazar. Yeah, Curtis Lazar. The name you haven't heard in years. And Ace, yeah, it is. Absolutely. And Oscar Klefbom's not there yet. Adam Larson definitely isn't there. Kincaid or Mrazek. B-Max 100%. 100%. And guys, I think in the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to shut off the stream here. Just going to tap it out and go relax. My back's tightening up sitting on this chair. Going to have to find a comfier chair for hockey season next year, guys. It's not a good time. So unless you guys keep it coming, we're gonna peace on out and we'll roll on to the next stream a little later on next Friday when we get rolling for the draft, guys. That's gonna be fun. How long until Skinner can get a start? Stuart Skinner, I mean, unless something crazy happens, probably next year, not this upcoming year, but the year after. And Pepe 10, we still got 5 minutes. Hold on, chill out. But we'll find out. Tavares or Matthews for captain. I'd love Morgan Riley just so I can say Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan all the way. 100% Randy. He gets my vote. And can't wait. Yeah, I'm going to go eat. Have a great night all. Great to see you in the stream back up. Night all. Have a good night, buddy. You just got back should we draft day live stream Pepe 10. You book it. Guys, you think you're all heading out? Brandon, thank you. Keep on rooting for the Oil. Absolutely will do. Jaron, do you think a bigger trade with the Leafs could happen if we take on Zeitz? I do. I don't know what it would cost us, though. And be watching the draft. BMAX sounds good. Should stare it back up next year. Ethan, this is the one question I didn't get this whole live stream. Absolutely. I would not mind him backing up at all. So, guys, that's where I'm going to cap it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, I will have this posted. I will have it all sorted out. Draft live stream next week. Friday, same setup. We'll be good, we'll be golden, and we'll be flying when it comes up to the draft next week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate everything tonight. And we'll have to do this a few more times this offseason. Is it possible that Hull makes a big trade this offseason? You betcha. And we'll catch you guys. Anthony Duclair, we'll get to him next time. Probably could get him for Chase on contract. There we go, guys. As always, we'll talk tomorrow. Well, tomorrow? Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow in a video. And we'll talk later on in the draft in a live stream next Friday. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. For this cat, I am up on